Yo, what's going on, y'all? It's Combo Breaker 99 back on the fight front once again. Make sure y'all subscribe. Just dropping my pre-fight video on Claudia Gadelha versus Grasso. This is going down on UFC 246 on January 18th. Now, this fight, I know somebody told me that this was a crossroads fight, and I guess when I hear like a crossroads fight, I'm thinking like this is a fight where the loser has to retire or they get cut out of the UFC, But to me, I wouldn't call it like a full-on crossroads fight for these ladies. I think they still have a lot to offer, and they're both pretty strong. I would just call this more of like a show and prove fight. It's definitely a show and prove fight if they want to get back anywhere near title eliminator talks, or anywhere near title shot. Hey, y'all got to show and prove in this fight. They both just can't go in there, looking for a simple win. To me, they got to look good. They got to look good, and they got to make a big statement to say, hey, I don't belong here. I belong into that next level, that upper echelon of fighters, So Alexa and Claudia, they really got to put on a performance to get back to that elite level status. Claudia, her last fight out was Randa Marcos. It was a decent win. She improved on her cardio, her striking and timing. Randa just didn't really show up in that fight, so it's hard to say that Claudia is really fully back in there. She was supposed to fight Cynthia Calvillo next, but she was injured, so she had to, take some time off. Alexa Grasso, her last fights, against Carolina, that was a good, exciting fight. But her last fight against Carla Esparza, she came up short, for one of the reasons I feel like, she didn't fully commit. And it was a fight that she could have won either on the cards or she could have won by stoppage. But it was like, she couldn't pull the trigger. And that kind of leads me to, why I call this a show and prove fight, because both of these ladies, they kind of have a similar weakness. Two different type of weaknesses, but they kind of fall into that same category of what I call their ability to level up. They both don't really level up enough. And by level up, I mean that time whenever it's time to really show and prove and say, hey, I got to leave this person in the dust. I got to make those adjustments and take the win, or I got to pull the trigger and get them out of there. Claudia Gadelha, her level up problem is, not using that IQ and making adjustments in the fight. Alexa Grasso, I kind of feel her weakness is not fully showing that killer instinct and going straight at it whenever she smells blood. So I feel like in this fight, both of these fighters are really going to have to show that, hey, they got the grit, they got the dog. It's time to bite down and show that next level and show, hey, I got the win. If I'm getting out jabbed, I got to start taking that jab away, or if I got somebody hurt, I got to jump on them and get them out of there. So I feel like this is that moment where both of these ladies got to show and prove. In the past, we've seen Claudia kind of fall short against Jessica Andrade or Nina Ansaroff just because, she didn't show her full on strength, her full on strength. And I don't mean physical strength, but like for Claudia, not the best, elite striker, but she's a better striker than Jessica Andrade. But in that fight, she chose to grapple and wrestle with a brute strength fighter. That's why she wound up losing in that fight, a pretty bloody fight. And she wound up losing when she could have jabbed Jessica Andrade all night and just used her strength from the outside. Alexa Grasso, again, like I said, she could have went full Joanna on Carla Esparza in that fight when she got her hurt and got her out of there. But it was just those moments where they didn't fully level up and take those taking those W's when they could have, So just looking at this fight, as far as what they both got to do right now, I feel like Claudia, she's got to show that strength against Alexa Grasso. She got to close that distance in this fight and, take it to the ground a la Nunes, Jermaine Duraname. She can't strike with somebody like Alexa Grasso, who's an outstanding boxer. She got to take her to the ground and just keep her there and work it, work her, sap that strength and use ground control, ground and pound until she could possibly stop her. Alexa Grasso, outstanding boxer, like I said, great footwork. She got to take the jab to Claudia Gadelha, take the jab to her, use the right hand, counter all night, just keep it on her feet, take it all the way to the third round. She has to, show, expose some of those, cardio problems. If Claudia still has some cardio issues, take her into those later rounds. But if you can, stop her on cuts, bust her up, and, if you see that moment when you do her, to take her out. You know what I mean? So, yeah, man, I think it's going to be a really good fight between these two. And like I said, it's really up in the air for me right now. Like I said, because both of them have a lot of good strengths, but at the same time, they've both been lacking in certain departments, which kind of balances it out to a 50-50 fight for me. I still might come back and do my my prediction video for it, like the week of the fight, because I just kind of want to watch some more of their current fights, you know, a little bit closer as far as their body language, and, you know, kind of see what it is that, you know, kind of held them back in those fights. And, you know, just like I said, look at some of their technical skills again. But right now, like I said, it's 50-50 to me, but it's going to be a good fight. You know, if they really want to get back into that elite status, I think both of them are going to go all out and show what they got. But yeah, that's all I got on this, guys. Let me know in the comment section who you think is going to win this fight. Do you want to see this fight? I really do. You know, it's kind of a last stand at strawweight for Gadelha and Grasso. You know, well, I won't say full on like last stand, but I kind of think it is show and prove night, where, you know, if they want to get back into elite status and not be like a gatekeeper or you know, like a journeyman type fighter, you know, in the UFC, they got to really show skills, man. They got to show it all. But yeah, man, that's all I got on this, guys. Again, leave some comments in the comment section about who you think is going to win this one and what you think of this fight. Make sure y'all subscribe. And again, thanks to all my new subscribers on this channel. I'll keep on making some videos as long as y'all keep subscribing. Combo Breaker 99, I'm out. Peace.